I filmed this video a while ago, but it's now the middle of January, and the feeling of disappointment is not a rare feeling right now. We set these goals in the beginning of the year. We try not quite our best, or for some of us, we try better than our best. But the thing we most likely have in common is that we have failed, and that failure has brought us disappointment in ourselves and other people of this earth. In this video, I'll be going back and forth from different clips, so hopefully it'll make sense. Hey everyone, it is me, Christine. Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title of this video, dealing with disappointing yourself. That's the topic. I want to talk and chat, but also toward the end of the video, I'm going to share with y'all a couple tips that I have for dealing with disappointing yourself. Let's get on into it. Okay, so, hi. If you don't know me, my name is Christine, and I do online school, so that's a quick little get to know me. Connecting things with doing online school. I started doing online school last year, so I was in grade 11. Probably last year was the biggest year that I just disappointed myself. Last year was that year. And no, I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't get pregnant. But especially doing online school, I went to regular school my entire life. Doing online school, yes, you have to stay accountable for yourself. Throughout the whole year, I always found that really difficult. I loved doing online school. I loved how it was all laid out, but at the same time, yes, I fell behind. Yes, I slipped up many times. Yes, I procrastinated like crazy. Yes, I disappointed myself day after day after day after day. Disappointing myself, feeling like I'm not living up to expectations or just living up to my greatest potential. Waking up with that, going to bed with that in mind. You know, the first time around when you're like, oh, okay, like, I just forgot, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, the first couple times you feel fine, but when 2 months go by, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, and you're like, frick, the school year's almost over, it really does start taking a toll on you. Woo! Okay. Sorry, just remembering that, we're fine. I'm fine, okay? When you're constantly disappointing yourself day after day after day after day, I started feeling stupid. I started feeling like, what's the point? I started feeling like I don't deserve to get anything done anymore. You feel like an idiot. You feel so horrible about yourself. You're like, you are a piece of shit. And there were so many days when I would just say that to myself and say that to myself and say that to myself. And hey, that's what comes with dealing with disappointing yourself day after day after day, month after month after month. And it wouldn't just be with school. You know, we have social lives and we have things that we're trying to learn and da 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 da. One thing that I was kind of like, oh my goodness, Christine, like, you're so dumb. Just why? Was I have a fairly early birthday. It's in February, and here where I live, you can get your driver's license when you turn 16, or your learners. And I did not do that when I turned 16. I was 17 when I got my learners, and last year when I finally got my learners, I was really happy. I was really, you know, proud of myself. But I was like, Christine, if you just did this a year earlier, you would be on the road probably. You know, you would have learned all your lessons now, and you wouldn't have to continue to take driving lessons and blah 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 blah. Once again, disappointing myself. I'm not perfect and I mess up, disappointing myself. It was a constant cycle. Every morning I was reminded that I am disappointing myself. Every night I went to bed, you disappointed yourself, and it's not a good feeling to have. And especially when it's built up, it's horrible. So reflecting on that today, I hit a car today. The first thing in my mind was not, oh my goodness, I hit a car, I'm fine, I can get back in a car, I'll be fine by next week's lesson. But my thing that really just like, oh my goodness, it just pained me and it just hit me so hard, the fact that I disappointed myself. I hit a car. I messed up. I could have avoided that, but I didn't because I'm a freaking idiot. Those were the thoughts that came to me immediately. That I disappointed myself again. Within the past couple months, September, October, November, I've been really trying to just push myself to get myself back up, not just living in disappointment. Having a couple months of being fairly good with just working well and getting stuff done and not disappointing myself. And then today, when I hit a car and I disappointed myself, it hit my heart and it hit those feelings again of feeling so crappy. But now for y'all, identify the things that you do, whether it's you are doing it to yourself, you're doing it to others, others are doing it to you. Why do you feel so disappointed in yourself? Figure that out. For me, when I was disappointing myself day after day after day, school was the biggest thing on my plate. Just not living up to my potential, constantly, day after day after day, being like, oh, I didn't do anything today. That was ultimately the thing for me. Either A, something like school, where you can do things to change and get out of feeling disappointment. Or that's stuff like B, things that you can't change, but you feel so disappointed in yourself. Stuff like going back in your past, you can't do that. You can't just go back. Like me, thinking in my head, oh, Christine, why didn't you just get your L when you were 16? Why did you have to wait till you were 17? Christine, you can't go back in the past, honey. You can't go back. These are things that you can't change. You can't do anything about. Fixing that exact issue, you can't do anything about it. So please identify why you feel so disappointed in yourself. It may be that you slept with another guy again and you're like, frick. I thought I was trying to build up my self-worth, and guess what? Not today. It could be, oh my goodness, I'm trying to establish a relationship with my mom, but I just keep getting angrier and angry at her. Or it could be, oh, I always get fired from my jobs. I can't do it. I just want to be able to work out for 5 days of the week, but every single third day I slip up and I just don't follow through. Whatever it may be, identify it for yourself and identify whether it falls into A, stuff that you can change, or B, things that you just cannot change. Once you have identified why you are constantly disappointing yourself, once you have identified whether that falls under A, it is something that you can change, or B, it's something you cannot change. If it falls under A, what are the things that you can change to stop feeling so disappointed? For me, with school, it was getting organized, talking to my counselor, because yes, when you do online school, you do get a counselor. The one major thing, I scrapped my past. And that's one of the biggest things that I think that I did to start going forward with my life. I scrapped the thoughts of, oh, I disappointed myself, oh, another day, another month. No, I just scrapped it all, and today is day one. Give yourself that freedom. You might be thinking, why, Christine? Why would I give myself that freedom? I'm a piece of crap. Why do I deserve that? You deserve to give yourself a second chance. Because I think society tells us that it's harder to give a second chance to someone else, but not harder to give yourself a second chance. But I think it's harder to give yourself a second chance than someone else. It is so hard to be nice to yourself. It's really difficult. But honey, you deserve it. You need, and you should. You have the ability to just wipe your slate clean and move on. Because we all mess up. We're not perfect over here. At least we're not on this channel. If you are perfect, this is not the place for you. Those are the things that really got me going. Now for things that fall under section B, things you can't change, accept that you can't change it. I had to accept that I just didn't get my learners when I was 16. I had to accept it. And now I have accepted it. I'm moving forward. I'm taking lessons. It all had to do with facing the facts, and the fact being that I can't go back to the past. A lot of dealing with disappointment is accepting whatever the heck you've done. Whether you hurt someone else, accept that you hurt someone else. Whether you hurt yourself, accept that you hurt yourself. Because if you don't, if that whole step is completely ignored, honey, you're just gonna be dealing with disappointment day after day after day. That's what I did. I ignored it day after day after day, and it just got worse and worse and worse. Now moving on with the video, here are some things that I did, or things that you can do. These things really helped me get out of the cycle of disappointing myself. Because when you constantly disappoint yourself, you get into the cycle and you feel like this is your life. This is all I'm ever gonna add up to. This is all I'm ever gonna be. I'm never gonna be able to be proud of myself or accomplish something for myself because I have just disappointed myself too many times. You get into that mindset, you get into that cycle, and these things have helped me get out of that cycle. Of course, me saying, accept why you disappoint yourself and then find ways to change, there's a lot of time in between those two steps. There's a lot of healing. There's a lot of self-love that you have to regain. Even self-respect. There's a lot of that you have to gain back into your life. And these were some things that helped me gain those things back. I understand that the hardest thing throughout that whole process of disappointing yourself, accepting that you've disappointed yourself, finding ways to change and stop disappointing yourself, and then finally living to your greatest potential, I understand through that entire time, through that entire process, whether it takes you 3 months, 5 months, a year and a half, like basically mine was, the hardest thing through it all was going. Keep going, keep going. Oh my goodness, this is the stuff that's gonna make me cry, even though I'm not. Keep going, please. Because throughout your journey of wanting to change and wanting to create a better life for yourself, you're going to fail. You're going to fall flat on your face, and you're gonna feel like crap again. But no, honey, I'm praying that you accept that you disappointed yourself once again, and you wipe the tears after a solid cry if you need one. That's what I do when I disappoint myself. And you get back on your feet and you keep going. Yo, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a therapist. I've said this before. I'm a teenage girl that wants to create community in a world where community is hard to find, even though it seems like it's so easy to find. The only reason why I have these things listed for how I deal with disappointing myself is because I've disappointed myself a ton, and I've had to think, hey, what's gonna help me up? When you disappoint yourself, when you fail, don't just end it off at that as I disappointed myself today. I failed this whole month, this whole year. It's ruined now. You know, my last year was a piece of crap. Now this year's gonna be a piece of crap. Don't just end your thinking at that. Think, yeah, I failed, but hey, this is what I'm gonna do. This is my plan, and I wanna pursue it. Let's do this thing. You know, we're not perfect humans here. First thing I feel like this works for a lot of people, work out. Work out, honey bun. Sweat it out. And you don't even have to sweat it out necessarily. Go for a walk. That's something that I'm trying to implement in my January. I see working out as almost a healthy distraction. Distractions aren't always good, but I feel like working out is a healthy one when it is done healthily. When you're treating your body well, when you're honoring your body, working out for the goodness of you and because you love your body and because you want to honor it, you want to make it healthy, you want to feel good inside. Working out is like a little accomplishment, a little dose of success when all you feel is disappointment inside. One of my personal favorites. Sing it out. You don't have to be a freaking singer. Another one, dance it out. You don't have to be a dancer, you don't have to be a singer. Something that I love to do is literally just sit and just sing my emotions.
But you're more than both. Like the city's more than steel and stone. Soon your heart is gonna overflow. They push you back down, you get up again.
Another good one, write it out. Write, and write. I am such an advocate for journaling, writing things down, documentation. If you keep the things that you're thinking, that you're feeling inside, they're gonna stay there. And one thing that goes along with that is don't worry about your grammar. Don't worry about your spelling. Don't worry about reading this over tomorrow or reading this over in 10 years. Don't worry about what your future self will think when they read this. Don't think about sounding good. It's okay to sound stupid. It's okay to sound illiterate in this type of situation because sometimes our feelings are illiterate. We can't put it into words. If you have to scribble, do that. There were multiple times where I would start and I would neatly write, "Hello, Christine. at the, you know, upper left corner, and maybe 3 sentences down, I'm sick of it, and I just start scribbling, and it feels great. Another one of my personal favorites, cry it out. My whole step system to getting out of a rut, to get out of feeling sad, is I sit there, I acknowledge the way that I'm feeling, and then I cry it out if I need to. Obviously, if it's a little thing, maybe not cry it out, but I allow myself to feel, essentially. And especially when it's the major things, the traumatic things, cry it out. And then the next day I get back up. The next hour I get back up. And the last thing is, please be grateful, be thankful. That's probably the one special thing that a lot of people forget, including myself. We will acknowledge it, we'll cry it out, we'll move on. But I think the special thing that makes that process go so quick for some people is that they acknowledge the good things in their life. It enables me to take a step back and realize that it's not that bad, that that situation isn't that horrible, that I am stronger than what has been placed in front of me. Just because today is January 15 and you've already messed up, why does that mean so much to you? Why do you feel so disappointed in yourself to the point where you can't put it into words? You're just so disappointed. Whether it's disappointment with a little bit of sadness, with a little bit of frustration, with a little bit of failure feelings in you, I don't know what it is. It's different for everyone. But why do you feel so disappointed in yourself? I know that you have to realize this for yourself, and that even though I'm gonna say these words, it may not mean anything to you, but you shouldn't feel so disappointed. If I didn't fail the times that I did, I wouldn't have learned. So please be grateful for the failure and the disappointment that you feel. Because when you turn your outlook from seeing gross, disgusting, ugly disappointment and failure, and you switch your mindset into seeing beauty in that, from seeing these very negative feelings that are promoted to us as negative feelings, and switching your mindset as seeing, hey, there's positive in that, there's good in that, I learned something, is that not good? I want the best for you, and I love y'all so much. I'm so grateful for y'all. I want this community to be that we aren't surprised by failure, and when we fail, we get it out. We honor our feelings, we honor our bodies, we honor our brains. We get it out of our system. However way, we all love to do that. It's all different for everyone. And we get back up and we attack this world. We attack our lives. We go for what we want to go for. If y'all are new to my channel, or if y'all have not been keeping up with the videos, here are some of my most recent ones. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I love you so much. And I will see you in a little bit.